up, you blundering fools. It's time for the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast. Get all the toy talk your eagle heart could desire from these nincompoops. Jason and Elgin.
Yo, toys! And welcome to the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast, where friends get together to talk about one of our shared loves.
Quesadillas.
And toy collecting.
Oh, yeah. That too.
We're here to celebrate how these little colorful pieces of plastic can transform you into a little kid again.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like meat in your quesadilla? Or is it usually just cheese?
Usually chicken.
You put chicken in there? That's good.
That's my favorite. Chicken and cheese. That's all.
All right.
Don't need anything more than that. But before we jump into today's episode, we've got something exciting to tell you about. It's our Patreon and YouTube community, The Core. When you enlist in The Core, that's the Cracktastic organization of retro plastic specialists, you unlock a treasure trove of exclusive perks made just for hardcore collectors like you. You get bonus episodes, shout-outs, early access, plus an exclusive chat with us and the other Core members. So don't wait. Enlist in The Core today. Just go to enlistinthecore.com to help support the show.
That's right. And if this is your first time listening to or watching us live on YouTube every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, thank you so much for tuning in. You'll learn soon enough we are not toy experts. Oh, no. We're just toy enthusiasts, so we're not going to get everything right. And that's okay.
Yeah.
Is your toy room a curated collection or just controlled chaos? In this episode of Cracktastic Plastic, we're diving deep into the cluttered conundrum of hoarding versus collecting. When does the joy of the hunt turn into a mountain of mayhem? Are we preserving plastic perfection or just stacking sealed sins? Join the crew as we debate, disclose, and dissect our own collecting habits, and maybe even expose a few embarrassing piles of unopened packages. It's a battle of balance, bins, and boundaries. And trust us, you don't want to miss it. Whether you're a minimalist master or a maximalist mess, this episode is for you. I'm so excited for this discussion. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
And then later in the show, Elgin's going to take us on a tour of a toy store, and that's going to be super fun. But you can follow us on all the social media platforms, including Patreon, and all those links can be found at our website, cracktasticplastic.com. And while you're surfing the interwebs, be sure to stop by our sponsor, toyhacks.com, for all your repro label needs.
Yeah.
They have an amazing armory where you can get some toy-accurate 3D printed weaponry and tons of amazing sticker sets for your toys. We also have a monthly contest that Elgin's going to tell you all about.
That's right. And this is, since we're doing this live, this is the last day to go out and vote on the picture that we post. Every month we post something on our social media pages. And today's the last day that you can comment to win a $5 coupon to Toy Hacks. We'll, after today, we'll curate all of the answers and do some judging and some hard thinking.
This is a fun one because it's a name that character.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of comments so far, which is nice to see.
Yes, it is.
And so we'll pick the best one in our minds and give that person a $5 coupon to Toy Hacks, so they can go out there and get some weapons or labels or whatever they have.
The whatnot. Yep.
And their whatnots.
All right, thank you, Elgin. But now it's time to talk about what toys we've picked up lately in a segment we call Thrill of the Hunt.
Listen up, you fools! If anyone knows more about searching for the most unique items in the world, it's me, Cobra Commander. In my reign as Cobra's leader, I have acquired countless items, but those meddling Joes have foiled my attempt at worldwide domination over and over again. But it's the thrill of the hunt that fuels my superb rule of Cobra. Pay attention to my loyal subordinates as they tell you of their latest exploits and acquisitions. It's the thrill of the hunt, Cobra!
All right. Elgin, I can't wait to see what you've got.
I got some interesting things.
Ooh,
Question mark?
perfect.
Let me see if I can my screen up a little bigger on my side here. Well, a while ago, couple 2-3 weeks ago, maybe, went out to Mount Pleasant to a antique store out there, and happened to spot this on the shelf and had to grab it. There was someone walking. You know, when you go to the stores,
Yeah.
and there's people walking in front of you slowly.
Oh God.
And,
Super pet peeve.
And you're just like, I can look a lot faster than you.
Yeah.
And that was the thing. This old lady was like meandering around in front of the shelves. And I spotted this thing. I'm like, zoop, cut in front of you. I'm like, I'm grabbing this thing and running away, giddily laughing. So that's right. I picked up this Princess of Power lunchbox.
Oh heck yeah!
40th anniversary. This year is the 40th anniversary, but this came out in 1985.
I could see how you'd be afraid that old lady's going to snag that from you.
I mean, it was sitting right there. I mean, how could you not want to grab this?
I know.
The sticker on this front. This is an Aladdin plastic lunchbox. It doesn't have the cooler, but I think I got it for like $15, which for this is like,
if that sticker's in good shape, worth it. Right?
It's like perfect. I mean,
that looks awesome. All the gals.
They're all there. But yeah, just a kind of your classic plastic Aladdin lunchbox. But yeah, great condition. Sticker was in great condition. They had those tag on. I got rid of that. They had like a leftover, probably like the original sticker, like that was like torn off and like had all that.
Why'd you have to put it there, not on the plastic?
They like put it like right there.
God dang,
people. Idiots. But yeah, but yeah, it looks great, and like I said, the artwork and everything on it is awesome. So it's gonna go with my other lunch boxes, my 2 other He-Man ones. They can hang out there and eat lunch together.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah. Jason, did you know that I collect xenomorphs?
Yeah, I've heard that only on Saturdays.
Specifically Kenner toys from the 90s. Well, I picked up. I was perusing around Macari.
Perusing, you say?
Yes, I'm trying to remember where I was perusing at. I think it's Macari. I'm pretty sure it was Macari. And I found a lot of, not like, well, there's also a lot of them, but you know what I mean, an auction lot where they had a bunch of these alien figures. So I picked it up pretty cheap, and I have 7 of them here that came, and I think there's 8 in a lot in the box, but I already had that one from previously. But these are ones I didn't have that I wanted to show off. So we have this rhino alien, and that's all red or orange, translucent plastic around his legs and everything. But this is the rhino alien. These are all from Kenner Toys, the 90s. 90.
Never made it to the screen.
Yeah, this
but what a cool concept.
Yeah, and does have an action feature where he can ram his head forward.
Snap!
And his head goes forward. His back. Yeah, kind of works.
Yeah. Oh gosh!
But yeah,
so cool.
He's kind of a big stocky guy. But this is the Rhino alien from Kenner Toys. Pretty cool looking. And then we had another kind of similar one to him. This was the bull alien.
Ooh.
So like a cattle, a steer, a bull. And he has that same action feature of ramming.
Extendor.
Exactly. And you can kind of set him up too, but this is the bull alien.
Yeah, those horns are cool.
Yeah, from 92. It's great colors on them as well. Tail kind of moves around, I guess, if you wanted to. Some articulation on the legs and everything. These kind of weird, his horns move and stuff too. What else we got? We got the Night Panther. No, Cougar. It's one of them. There's two that was. Yeah, it's basically like a kitty cat, but it's the golden one. So I have I picked up. I think it must have been the Night Panther I picked up before. This is the Cougar.
Wicked.
It has some more translucent plastic there, and then it has this little launching feature that'll shoot out.
Whoa!
And it's like a little alien,
flying
drone
alien
thing.
What?
That's also kind of translucent plastic.
Yeah.
So I have basically a repaint of this one as well that I picked up at JCD and Hobby. The Night Cougar, Night Panther. They're all cat related.
Yep.
But that just sticks on. And it's basically the same one, just repainted. But this is kind of more of a golden to it. It looks cool.
Nice.
Then we have the Scorpion alien, which doesn't look anything like a scorpion.
Oh yeah,
but
no.
It's pretty cool. It does have an action feature.
Yeah.
It does have an action feature too, but it doesn't work as well. There's a button on the back here on his spine, and that pushes in kind of. Oh, there we go. There's a spring mechanism that pops up, so he explodes like he would get hit.
Oh,
so yeah, and then that breaks apart, and then this pops apart.
Whoa!
So that part comes off, and then his other arm comes off.
So it's the Wreck and Rule version of
exactly, like a Wrecking. It's a Wrecking alien.
Wow.
But yeah, that's the Scorpion
atomizer. You put your clone in there.
Exactly. And he came with a comic as well.
Oh,
it's
awesome.
One of the original comics. These are Dark Horse comics that each one of these would have come with a comic originally, in a series. But yeah, this is the Scorpion Aliens Operation Rescue. But I mean, it's very like 90s artwork.
I've heard it's a good line though, of comic books, the Dark Horse Aliens. That's cool.
Very 90s ish, like
yeah,
how it's like drawn and everything. Just a very with the Marines and everything. A couple more here. Oh, and then there was some of these face huggers thrown in there too.
Oh, neat.
That kind of you can stick them on your finger there. But yeah, they just little kind of soft plastic pieces. I think they're supposed to come with, a bunch of them would come with the figures, but he threw in a couple of them with there. And then we have this killer crab alien, which I think they listed as something else, but when looking it up, it's actually the killer crab.
Whoa!
And he's got some projectiles in the front.
He
can launch his tail.
Neat. Yeah, that big tail.
Yeah,
pincher
wraps around. And he's got a bunch of legs.
Yeah.
These all legs here and up.
That's cool.
Around. Yeah, with this red and kind of black. It's like modular colors almost too. But yeah, very cool. This is the killer crab.
Elgin, you really do like Kenner alien toys.
I do. And the last one is the Flying Queen alien. And this thing has translucent wings.
Oh, look at that.
Translucent body, tail.
I see why you had to get all these.
I know.
Those are so cool.
And
wings flap. Yeah, I knew it. Yes.
And the leg claw has this bottom claw that can attach with a little button there that attaches.
Oh, grab you.
This one opens by itself, but this one has an actual spring in it, like spring effect to it.
Got him.
So you can grab something and fly away.
A predator.
But yeah, it's all this purple and silver and all translucent. Everything is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's like motherboard up there. Like, what's going on?
Second queen. So I have that other queen alien as well that I got during Cracktastic Plastic
Mm-hmm.
as well. Now I just need the hive. Place that.
Is that it? Does that finish all the?
No, I'm missing the queen face hugger, which is this giant face hugger. Like it's about this wide around, and it's just a face hugger, but it's they call it the queen face hugger. So still missing that as well. But
in the chat, Just Tiffany says she's pretty.
Yep.
She is.
Yeah. Like I said, all these they're just awesome. Like the colors, the translucent plastics, the action features. It hits on so many things, like levels of like
the lack of articulation. It's so great.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I got all those in one box. So like opening it was like a big to do. So I believe there's a video of that, of me going through all those as well on our Xenomorph Saturday playlist. That's right. I had to create my own word for it just to work with. I feel it's like Zatarans, kind of, but that's really a Z.
Totally.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
It
works
sense.
for what it is, I guess. That's all I got.
Nice. That's freaking awesome. Man, and no Rambo figures this time? That's crazy.
I'm
I'm
on a pause. I know.
A whole bunch of these.
It's working at the sale. Well, it's the sales. I follow the sales,
Makes sense. All right, I got a bunch of cool stuff too. Got my lovely assistant handed me random stuff. I have no idea. Okay, so this first one, we went to Kansas City last weekend and stopped into Back in Time. And it's the one that's north of town that's priced way too high of everything and kind of sucks. But we were like on that side of town and didn't have a lot of time. So
they do have good vintage stuff there, though.
They do. They really do. And I loved looking through it all.
Exactly.
And I had,
if anything, just to see it,
Yes, absolutely. And I had some money and I'm like, maybe I'll just pay up for one of these cool. And I just like, no, I just can't do it. Cause you're like, I know it's $50 less on eBay. Like, why am I even anyway?
Yeah.
But in one of the tubs, because they got some tubs there to dig through, which I love doing. They had this little fella that I've never seen in person before, and it's part of the animated toy line. One of my absolute favorites.
Yep.
I have almost all of the grown-up version. Well, they made a little small subset of toys in animated called activators.
Okay. Yeah.
And they're neat. They're kind of like a push a button and it kind of like transforms for you. Not like a one step, but it starts the transformation process. It'll be in like car mode. You push a button, it'll start going and do a lot of it, and then you finish it out. Anyway, there's this guy here, Lockdown, but this is a recolor version of Lockdown called Bandit Lockdown. And he's a wicked little car.
It's cool colors.
Lockdown's a badass bounty hunter character on the show. I think he was voiced by Lance Hendrickson.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it was a great show, man. I'm telling you, it's one of the best shows ever. I don't remember this character being on the show, but they just repainted a bunch of toys, made them a lot smaller, and gave him the little gimmicks. And his Tiff says in the chat, his face looks mean. Yes, you can just imagine Lance Hendrickson.
Oh, definitely, with that growl.
Yeah, so he's kind of like a mercenary. He'd like steal parts off of other bots and stuff and just add them to his car and stuff. He was cool. Anyway, boom, boom, car. I'm not doing it. Next up, so I've been collecting Tiffany's a lot here lately.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I bought it's too late for our episode on or we never did do an episode on package variants, but I bought the same damn toy, but it was in a different looking box, so I didn't think I had it. And then as soon as I got home, I was like, oh, I got another one. Yeah. Exactly the same, but a different box. But here's another toy, exactly the same as those, but it is repainted different, kind of a black and white version of a Tiffany here. This is your
Makes sense.
Culture Fly. You'll see these at your Five Belows.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Once in a while, they've ventured out. Maybe into some Walmarts for a second, but you'll find them secondhand all over.
Five Below.
She's blood splattered and black and white, so that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
But yeah. So another Tiffany to add to my collection. It's, okay, so then we got a big Bumblebee spread here coming up. We were at Target the other day, probably while we were in Kansas City or somewhere. Anyway, we in Targets they had a little end cap with a ball that's like you open up and
play set.
No, it's more like you see those balls for kids that they're just, you open it up and you dig in and you find a bunch of little things in it. This one's called this one's called a 5 surprise ball.
Yeah. That's I know what you're talking about.
Iowa City for the PF screening. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, it's right here.
I see people do like they were
Zuru.
Yeah.
5 surprise.
They do those it's like the mini brands, the mini brand stuff. Where they have like a ball with like little sections, like pizzas, triangles.
Yep. And so this 5 surprise ball, all these little ones, I'm just, if they're more than $5, I'm like, just get out of here with your stupid blind boxy crap.
Exactly.
Like $5 is pushing it, like
you gotta be, it's like when you go through a dry spell, it's like, well, $5, I guess.
Yeah, right. But like in Target, in the like NECA section, there's blind boxes that are like $12-13, and I'm like, no.
Dumb, stupid.
No. So one of the 5 surprises was a bag of kinetic sand. Fun to play with. Sure. Yeah, I didn't bring that.
Okay.
Here's one of the other things, was this little
card. Okay. So you got a card.
Hey, it's holographic on the back.
Holographic.
Yep. So a card, that's number 2.
Okay. Second one.
Got this cool puffy sticker.
Ooh, they're coming back, puffy stickers?
I hope so, because that's cool. Puffy sticker.
Can put that on my lunchbox.
Yeah.
Or my pencil
just
box.
Not on the sticker.
Or my trapper keeper.
There's this gun. It's part 4.
A gun? Okay.
That goes on Bumblebee.
Okay.
It was part 5. So there's car versions. There's robot versions.
Okay.
Of 4 or 5 different characters.
Interesting.
And so we just took a chance. Tiffany got it because she's sweet, and ended up being just the car. And this is all that I'll probably keep. Like it's cute. So next up, Brickheads. You heard of that?
I have.
Brickheads is pretty dang cool. Never had one myself.
I think I have one.
Oh, that's cool. There's some Motu ones.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you.
So they
just released 2 Transformer ones recently, and I'm just going to show you the Bumblebee one today. Okay. But they've done Bumblebee and Optimus, so saving up for an Optimus episode next week. But the neat thing about, Tiffany says there's probably some turtle Brickheads.
Oh, I'm sure.
What was neat about it is each box of Brickhead characters came with the vehicle and the robot, not just one or the other. Interesting. So in the one box, get focus here, and I just love the style. It's so stylized. But yeah, Tiff put this together. She had fun doing that for me, and just a cute little dude. That little cell shading, and
that's nice.
Yeah, little guy, and then his robot counterpart. Stay on there. Oh, look at that guy. So freaking cute, right?
Yeah. So I have a Skeletor.
Oh, cool.
Brickhead one.
His little antennas are kind of movable, which is weird and neat. But yeah, just that style, that design is just cool as heck. And they go together real nice.
No, maybe it's Kubros. Kubros? Does that sound familiar?
Nope.
Okay. Okay.
Not
it's
in
like
any
that.
way.
It looks like that one. It's
okay.
It's with my other Mega Constructs, I think, over on the shelf way back in the corner.
Gotcha. Since we did our movie watch the other day, I felt embarrassed as a Transformer fan when you asked the question, "Don't you have the Bumblebee?"
Yeah.
From the Bumblebee movie. I meant to say yes.
You're like, of course I do. I have.
Of course
all
I do.
things.
He's right here in the box. No, just Saturday. Tiffany, Ted, Nikki, and I went up to Des Moines and stopped by Jay's CD and Hobby on East 14th, and this guy was there, and I had already put him in my cart. But then, I'm like, hey, but here he is in person. Weird thing, it doesn't matter. This is one of the last ones that are numbered in Studio Series, and they actually messed it up. 116 is Ape Link, so you'll find them now with a 117 box.
So that one's worth like a lot of money, right?
No, I'm sure it's not worth anything. But for me, I was like, because the one I'd put in my cart from Pulse, I was like, it says 117. I'm like, that's cool. But for a second, I had to be like, but I thought it was 116. But anyway, so then when I saw this was 116, I'm like, well, I definitely want that one.
Of course.
So
you want the error.
Yeah. Yeah, so he'll be unboxed soon. He's, the Beetle from the movie that we liked.
Looks good.
Speaking of the movie that we liked, totally didn't even know this existed until we came across it, probably Oski Walmart, and just goofing around. It's Jada Toys, Hollywood Rides, Volkswagen Beetle, Bumblebee, and Charlie.
That's cool.
Yeah, so got Charlie over here. Once the focus changes, it won't now. But anyway, pretty neat. And just this ratty old Volkswagen. It kind of is. But these Hollywood rides are pretty neat. Pretty neat. Oh, what a likeness. I
don't think I have any. I don't know if they had made any Motu ones. They probably made Turtle.
Yeah, I don't know. There are a lot of these for Transformers. A lot.
Yeah.
It's a little different because it's kind of got a white. Most of it has the red and black gritty type stuff, but this is a lot of yellow, a lot of white. This backdrop there with the Autobot logo. It's just a lot different than a lot of the other ones. So
cool.
Just seeing that shitty ass Beetle in there. It's pretty dang cool. Pretty dang cool. So I'll put that with all my other Jada toys that are just in a pile. I'm just trying to segue now at this point.
Big pile that never gets opened or played with.
Well, first, those are definitely not, because they're just toys, or they're just cars. I mean, if I was younger, I'd be running them around the room and smashing them and driving them on things. But hoarding, slippery slope. I mean, I think it's adjacent, right, to collecting. It's like the bottom of the hill of collecting. It's like this is what could happen.
It's like a cautionary
dark side. Cautionary tale
of what could happen. So I as we were eating dinner tonight, I told Amanda, I was like, oh, tonight we're going to be talking about, I should say what a topic we're going to be talking about before we come down here. And I was like, yeah, we're going to be talking about collecting versus hoarding. And she asked me like, so which one are you in?
Hey,
like, just straight up.
Yeah.
I'm like, obviously collecting.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But it does make you think of like, well, what's that tipping point? Where does it start going?
Sure. I looked up the
yeah.
definition. I was prepared to read that for you. Some of
Sure.
it. Just hoarding refers to excessive acquisition and inability to discard possessions, even those of little to no value,
Right.
which leads to significant clutter and stress and impacts daily living.
Right. Right. Yeah. If it's and we've seen a lot of the hoarders shows and stuff like that
Yep.
on
Oh,
A
yeah.
and E and where they have stuff piled, they can't even walk through their
Right. It
houses.
usually
And it's
involves a path.
yes, a path. and there's two kind. There's possession hoarding, and then there's like animal hoarding. I
Yeah.
think for
That
us,
one's
we would
sad.
probably go toward the possession hoarding
Sure.
if that's that side of it. But yeah, I think I read through that definition as well earlier, and the thing that stuck out to me was the thing I thought at first was like boxes, like
Yeah. No,
keeping boxes,
that makes me
then
wonder.
I know. And I thought of you too, like you
Yeah.
with your, and I'm getting some as well too. I mean, I'm getting a collection of them as well. Just folded down boxes, put in another box, in another,
Uh-huh.
Russian
Where
egg
many consider it
boxes.
trash
Exactly. Well,
to
most
be
people would say,
discarded.
yeah. And I do throw away a lot of stuff, a lot of plastic and stuff like that on like the Motu bubble plastic stuff that gets thrown away. But I do keep the card back. So
Mhm.
it's like, well, I could just throw that away too.
Mhm.
But is that causing me stress to throw that away? If
Now I feel like I'm on the defensive. I would just argue that to me, besides my reasons to
Mhm.
keep boxes, is that it hasn't led to any clutter for
Sure.
me.
And it hasn't for me either.
Yeah, like I said, all the boxes of every toy I open goes into one big box or
Sure.
several big boxes, and then those big boxes go to a storage unit. They're put away,
Right.
and but yeah, no,
But
I
it
think
just
about it every box I keep, though.
I know. And that's the thing. I like saying it's like I could be throwing this away.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm using most of the stuff I'm using, like the Masterverse boxes, they're decoration.
Yeah,
Like they're backdrops for the stuff. So it's like,
because of the artwork, which is the
yes,
reason I want to keep it.
exactly, and that's why I'm keeping it, or the file card on the back, or whatever interesting thing that's on there.
It's not really, if you really made me answer, it's not because I think it's gonna make my toy more valuable to keep it.
No,
Because we're not getting rid of we're not selling our toys.
right.
We're keeping them. But like you said, and I've it's happened so many times because I've been collecting so long,
Right.
that when I come across an old box of mine, even I can sit and stare at that empty box for an hour, just rereading the descriptions and the text specs and the artwork and the yes, it's not for me to sell, but yes, Tiffany says, but if you die, I need those boxes. Yes, everyone after me will be glad that I saved those boxes because toys will be worth twice as much. But but that's not why I'm keeping them.
Yeah, and I mean, I could throw mine away because I'm trying to think of like if I was to reuse these boxes that I have saved, they're not really. I mean, the toys are gonna be like rattling around inside of them because there's no packing material. I didn't keep any of the packing material that would hold them in that pose or whatever.
Yep.
There's none of that. It's just literally the artwork on the cardboard. So, do I really need it? Probably not. But it's not, like you said, causing a clutter. It's not blocking anything. It's not really doing any harm in that sense of definition of hoarding, I guess.
But why do I keep the little tissue paper that's got
I don't
the little transformer symbol on it? Why do I fold it back up neatly and stick it back in the box?
All gone.
I at least throw the ties away. There's an earlier version of Jason that has those boxes still with the ties in it.
I don't
Because
have any of those.
just keep it all.
Yeah, I cut everything off with a knife with plastic and then keep the card back. It's bare bones is what I'm keeping.
But
and
yeah,
the
it's
boxes
not.
get folded flat, which I think
Yes.
you do too, probably.
No, the boxes stay as they are. I
Well,
don't
yeah, mine
because
are
I
all
leave
folded
all the
flat.
insides. I leave
Yeah.
everything inside, put it all back exactly the way it was. When like CDs is easier to explain. CDs would come with stickers on the outside of the cellophane.
Mhm.
I would cut those out and then put them back in my CD and keep those stickers because that's part of the artwork. If a Transformer toy came that way, I mean, I keep
Sure.
all. I'm not saying there's not tendencies of hoarding, but yes, no significant clutter or distress. Yes. It doesn't impact my daily living. I don't sleep in that bed. So that's why it can be covered with toys. Nice try.
Yeah, and I don't sleep down in the basement yet.
Yeah. I know. Huh? We got over here in the chat. We got Knights of Old says, sometimes I just have to buy the same toy or book every time I see one. Guilty. See a Starscream, buy a Starscream. I buy multiples of him often.
Yeah. I don't know if other than Moss Man when it went on clearance.
Yeah.
But I normally don't. I mean, I feel books are kind of almost a different genre.
Yeah.
Collecting.
Yeah.
But I have several books of they're different stuff, I guess. But yeah, it's to each his own the way they collect. But yeah, if you see something that sparks you, sometimes you got to grab it. Sometimes you just have to.
Yeah, there are reasons in our brains to do that.
Yeah. So
another thing I'll admit. So I don't feel like I'm a hoarder.
Okay. I don't either, but
yeah,
I may.
But I don't remember.
It may change at the end of this episode.
I know. You haven't been over to this place in a little while, but you know that there's no free space really.
I've noted that
where I am at right now.
Yes, in the studio.
And that was a year ago. 2 years ago, I didn't really have much more free space. Now I'm setting things on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
If this is the wall, I set things on the floor and stack them up. Then I started another layer stacking up in front of that. Uh-oh. Starting another layer in front of that. I'm like, that doesn't make me feel not like a hoarder, I'll say.
Yeah.
But again, I still have my path to the kitchen.
To the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
I think it was a few months ago, I don't know, 6 months ago. So I found like a shelving metal shelf thing. You probably saw when you're down here.
Mm-hmm.
Like almost like a bookshelf, but just like a metal, like a shop shelf thing. So I was like, oh, find the place. I haven't found a place to put that yet, but I have been sticking toys on it that I haven't opened yet to open, instead of putting them in a tote because I have the other totes full of toys that have to be or going to be opened later for videos. Mm-hmm. But now this has become the next of like, it's like a, when you come home and you're like, I'll just throw my wallet and keys on the table.
Catch all, yeah.
It's become that of like clearance items and stuff I picked up and just haven't put in a tote yet to go to do the video. I'm like, I just set them here. I'll just set it here.
Yeah.
It's kind of the catch-all now, and it's like it's kind of annoying that I haven't done anything with it, but it's like, well, I'm gonna open them eventually, right?
Yeah. I thought of another example of, it's not toys, but I think a lot of people could relate to, but it did happen to me. It's a part of the horror podcast that I do. I feel like a lot of people, maybe not as much now, but buy movies, DVDs, and Blu-rays, and then put them on their shelf because they're tiny and they just stick right
Sure.
in there, and
Looks nice.
you can get a bunch. But I bet a lot of them are still in the cellophane you haven't watched yet. Like
Yeah.
we've dedicated whole episodes to unwrapping, to try to. So I think people can relate to that. But then I would say, like, if you're excessive acquisition,
If you're buying like
part
10 of the same DVD, that type of thing,
or toy, and
which I've
not
seen
really opening it or doing
anything with it.
interacting with it, you're simply acquiring it.
Right.
That's a warning sign, maybe.
I feel like that is getting it's I think it's the getting the multiples of the same thing in excess, maybe.
Yeah,
Um,
it's the excess part.
where you have
If you
tens
really have no
of-
other reason except for I need this,
right, and it may not even be on sale. It may just be you just and that's if it's hurting you financially, that's another sign of like maybe you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Tiffany says neither of you are defending your case very well.
We're this is a therapy session more so than anything. I think. Well, I mean, I open most of my stuff and do videos.
Yeah, no, I think that counts.
Is that?
I think that makes it okay.
I'm on the stand now.
Yeah, because you're not just getting it to get it,
right?
And then
I'm
just packing
it
it away,
purpose, I guess,
and just stacking it in the corner with your bags of trash.
Right. Yeah, I
that
don't
you
have any
can't
bags of
throw
trash
away.
I just got rid of that yesterday.
Oh,
bag of trash.
I did too. Mine's empty. Don't look at me.
So Ethan came down here and he was like, my little trash can that I have here was like overflowing because I hadn't emptied it from doing videos. He's like, oh, you got a bunch of plastic down here. I'm like, yeah, I need a bag. So then when I did videos this week, because I did a bunch of them this week. Check it out on our YouTube playlist. Monday through Thursday now. That's right. Monday. I got a video Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week. I just grabbed a big trash bag, and then had all my stuff thrown in it because I had a bunch of stuff in there. But it's not down here, so it's in the trash can.
Hoarding is a persistent difficulty getting rid of things, stemming from a perceived need to save them, to the point where living spaces become unusable.
Yeah, I mean, I can still walk down here.
Do you have like a friend or family member who is an actual hoarder? You don't say names or anything, but I feel like we all do.
There's tendencies of somebody we know. That has that.
Okay.
So it's and trying to help them it's tough because
it is.
You can't really. You can be blunt, but it just makes them go closes down,
and we all know this from watching hoarders. Like you're like, here's 7 of the same thing. Can we throw one of those away? And they're like, no.
Yeah.
Here's
you have to gently
trash.
push them into, give it to a good home to this person,
right?
To this, But when you see like rolls of toilet paper or other stuff like that, it's like or boxes of kitty litter or something. That's where it seems like it gets to that point. It's like, oh, maybe we should have an intervention.
Yeah, there's a fine line too between just being lazy,
that too,
and being a hoarder.
Yeah,
it doesn't mean it's a mental condition. The hoarding is a mental condition. Recognized by mental health professionals.
Yeah, something traumatic in their past has caused this. Where they either need the possessions to validate themselves, or something like that. Where it's, But yeah, like I say, it's a very fine line of like trying to help, but not push them to where they don't want any help at all. So
Yeah.
it's tough.
It is tough.
Are we still trying to defend our position?
Oh, what? No, we're
collecting.
totally innocent. Totally, completely innocent. Don't look over there.
Yeah, don't look at that pile over there.
I feel
But-
to my last defense
Okay.
is I do feel that I do still pick up after myself. I still take the trash out. It's even though here's where you're like, I don't know, Jason. But to me, it still feels organized.
Sure. Yeah.
And it's not just piles for piles' sake to keep
Right.
it sake. It's purposeful, maybe even. Fine line, guys. Fine line.
Yeah. Yeah. For me personally, like unless I have put it on a shelf as display, all the things in my totes or whatever, or on my metal shelf now are going to be opened eventually at some point, and there'll be content for the rest of you guys to watch our hoarding journey, I guess.
And being a maximalist is a real thing too. Like as far as your interior design, what you see behind Elgin and I is an aesthetic that is very pleasing. That I like
looking at it.
That collecting, that displaying, the filling every inch is very satisfying and fun. Finding that's where I don't.
Now it's whole,
and I don't feel alone.
Feel empty. Yeah,
because all my friends kind of do the same thing with their toys. So, and their collections of things. So, I don't think it's
a phone call.
Yeah. All right. Well, any last defense there? Anything else you want to mention about?
I think for me, it's like getting. I mean, maybe selective hoarding, if that's even a thing.
I'm not saying collecting's not a form of hoarding.
Yeah, I said like selective hoarding, where you select only the things to keep, and maybe that's not even a thing. But like I said, I most of the stuff I throw away, the plastic, the paper, and all that stuff that goes with it. And I'm really only keeping the card backs, which who knows, I might just toss those at some point and I just get tired of like having them. Because I'm like, am I even doing anything with them? Who knows?
But you might.
But yeah. I'll keep the one that's signed by Sergeant Slaughter. I'll keep
Heck
that one. But yeah, for me, it's at least opening them and at that point decide, are you going to keep this box or toss it? And if it doesn't like kill you to like throw it away, then just toss it, I guess. I mean, you have the toy. That's the main thing.
Right. If it's leading to significant clutter and distress,
exactly,
then maybe you should.
Maybe take a second beat and think, oh, maybe I need to change something here.
Yes. Look inward. All right, let's take a quick little break. We're going to talk about the PFPN, our podcast network. It's home of many, many awesome podcasts that you all should check out. And this lady's going to tell you how.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal, providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.
Like the Wrong Podcast Died. You should check out that podcast. They're really cool. It's a couple of dudes, affectionately known as the Bubble Boys. They're going to kill me for saying that. They talk about everything pop culture, movies, music, all as such, and it's pretty. They're fun dudes.
Cool.
Big fans. So check that out and the PFPN. But right now, it's time for Elgin to take us on a store tour.
All right, today's store is called Tall Man Toys and Comics at 1060 World's Fair Park Drive in Knoxville, Tennessee. That's a short 11 hours and 5 minutes from Ottumwa. But if you're already in Tennessee, it's 2 hours and 41 minutes from Nashville. This is the largest independent Funko distributor with over 7,000 Funko.
Woo!
But it also has a bunch of horror toys, Marvel, DC, Motu, and much, much more. But did you know that the popular soft drink Mountain Dew was invented in Knoxville in the late 1940s, originally created as a mixer for whiskey? Over time, caffeine was added and the drink became neon green. And you'll be green for envy by going to Tall Man Toys and Comics at 1060 World's Fair Park Drive, Knoxville, Tennessee.
Love it. Mountain Dew is probably my favorite straight up soda pop.
Diet Mountain Dews. My jam.
Diet's yours? Yeah,
So
just
good.
always did since I was a kid, a little kid. We'd me and my friend, we'd go get a 24 pack and just rent a bunch of movies and just stay up all weekend. It was good times.
Yeah.
Hey, before we go today, just want to quickly remind you, if you like the show, you probably do. You got this far. Anyway, if you want to help support the show, that'd be amazing. There's lots of ways you can do it. You can tell your friends. Be like, yo, friend, check it out.
Yo, friend.
Yo. Or you could be like, yo, I got Apple Podcasts. Might as well leave a 5-star review. That's easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like Elgin said up front, the best way to help out is go to enlistinthecore.com. That's CORPS, Enlist in the Core. Become a core member. You get lots of really cool things like bonus episodes exclusively. I just had to put that E in there really hard. I don't know.
Yeah.
Shout outs on the show. Lots of things. You get to be in a chat with
good
Elgin,
stuff.
I, and all the other core members. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. And if you're more of a YouTube person, hit that join button down below. You get same perks, same prices, maybe a couple more things. Check it out. But like I said, one of the perks is shout outs on the show. So we're going to do that now. Thank you to the core members, Tony Miller, Chris Turnip Simmons, Alex LaForest, Bill Fisher, Colin Bunn, and Chris DeMonico. Thank you all so much for being core members. We really, 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 really appreciate it. That's
Really?
right. That was a really for each of them. So,
Gotcha.
okay, Elgin, I think it's time to go maybe straighten up a little bit, huh?
Yeah, I need to put some stuff in some totes, I think, and organize. Feel that organized bug.
Yeah.
Yeah. Itch.
Probably so. All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in, listening wherever you listen to podcasts or watching us here on YouTube live every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. Until next time, keep being awesome. Talk to you later.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast. But not so fast, my foul fiends. Don't forget to follow these fools on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And visit cracktasticplastic.com. I'll be back.